Okay, so normally what you're going to see is sometimes instructions, but these instructions are for 8 strips that are 1 inch thick, and they're very different. They have you folding the paper in half and then cutting, and this would require you to have a ruler and an X-Acto blade and a pencil and what have you, and then to cut them. But I'm going to show you an easier way to fold your paper with a border for the slots, and how to cut it more precisely. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take, let's just use this paper here, and we're going to create the foundation for the weaving, the slots. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fold this paper. I'm going to fold this paper in half. And you want to be as accurate as possible, lining up. And then, again, what I suggest is that you line up your edges, and then you will start from the center and then start folding it out. Later you can get a burnishing tool, like either a piece of bone or a wooden spoon or what have you, and then you can kind of, you know, burnish this crease, which makes it stronger. So I folded the paper in half lengthwise. Now I'm gonna, so that's 1/2, 1/2. Now I'm gonna split this up and divide half and half again, giving me 1/4. So I would have 4 columns now. Notice that I did not do this. I did not take the paper, fold it, then fold it again, then fold it again, because what that does is it starts to create space or little 1/16 of an inch thickness, so your columns will not be precise or exact. So don't do that. Only make it a fold one time, and then you unfold it. So that is why I'm turning it around and doing this now. Now I'm going to fold 1/4, 1/4 in half, which would then give me 1/8, 1/8, and so on. The first one you have to do always on your own like this. We can't really use anything to measure it with or to give it an alignment. You'll see what I mean. So this one we have to do on our own very carefully. But to do this one, all we have to do is take this edge and line it up here. And you can see that when I go right up to here, right up to this edge right here, this starts to divide in half. Turn it around. I do have to do this one on my own here, lining it up onto that edge. And now to get this one, I'm going to line up this edge all the way up to here. Careful, because you might go and line it up to right there, and that's not really it. If we look here, we want it to be right there. That's half. So you do have to pay attention to where you're lining this up with what crease. So now I have 8 strips that are 1 inch thick, but I need to go a step further so that I can get 16 strips that are 1/2 inch. So here I go again. This one, the first one on either side, is always tricky. You're just gonna have to do this very carefully, very patiently. Do not just line up here and go, because that will give you some misalignments, and sometimes the paper just wants to do its own thing. So yes, line it up very carefully like this. Okay, and then we can proceed to start lining up with every crease here. Oops. Here we go. we have that one. I'm going to go to the next one. Go to the next one.